Hey guys, what's going on? This is Tyler and we are back with another video, and today I'm bringing you the continuation of what if the fusion dance had no time limit. Now before we get into part 2, there are a few announcements I would like to make. The first announcement is that we just hit 4.5k and I really can't thank you guys enough. This really means a lot to me because a couple months back we hit like 200 subscribers, and these Dragon Ball what ifs and these videos that I'm making for you guys seem to enjoy it and I enjoy them as well, so I'm happy that I'm growing and also making content that I like, and honestly this is all because of you guys. I appreciate it. And 2, your boy just made a Twitter. Well, my Twitter was made like 2 months ago, but I never used it. But now I'm going to start using it. So go follow me. Link in the description to my Twitter account so you guys can follow me. And you guys could catch me on Twitter, you know, try and ask me some questions and stuff like that. Maybe I might do a future Q&A on there. You know, you never know. But yeah, go follow me on Twitter. And the last announcement I would like to make is the fact that in my Discord, a debate tournament is going on. The cap is city level plus, and the speed cap is 10 to 100 times faster than light. If you guys would like to see some debate, I'm not going to be participating, but some other debaters are, and if you guys want to catch me or want to see some good debates, if you guys are into those, please join the Discord. And with that out of the way, let's get right into the video. We start our story off with Piccolo and an older looking Gotenks training with each other. Gotenks flies up and goes Super Saiyan to compete with Piccolo's new power. Piccolo and Gotenks at this point are going blow for blow, clashing fists and kicks, not to mention Ki Blast going everywhere. Gotenks would remark that now he needs his Super Saiyan form in order to actually compete with Piccolo. Piccolo would smirk as he's fighting with Gotenks, and he would say, well, that's what 7 years of training does to someone. After Gotenks and Piccolo clash a little bit more, they would get rather tired and bored, and they would decide to finish it off now. They would both fly back with Piccolo firing a special beam cannon and Gotenks tapping into his full power. As the spiraling beam speeds at Gotenks, Gotenks would successfully transform and deflect Piccolo's special beam cannon. Piccolo is surprised that Gotenks was able to do this. Gotenks would then say, "It's time to use my full power now, Piccolo," and rushes at Piccolo with everything he's got. Piccolo wouldn't have enough time to react or be strong enough to overpower Gotenks, so he would smirk and say, "Well done, Gotenks," as Gotenks uses his full power and speeds at Piccolo, slamming him to the ground. After this, Gotenks would revert back to his base form and fall to the ground with Piccolo. Piccolo would barely get up from Gotenks' attack. He's lucky that he even survived it. Gotenks would then say to Piccolo if he's alright, and Piccolo would then say, "I'll manage." Gotenks would chuckle after Piccolo's comment, and he would say, "Don't worry, I gotcha." Gotenks would then slowly walk over to the resting area in the time chamber and grab 2 senzu beans, one for him and one for Piccolo. After both Gotenks and Piccolo eat their senzu beans, Piccolo would realize that a week has passed and that they should probably get out the time chamber. Gotenks would agree, and both of them would emerge from the time chamber. When they emerged, they would encounter Mr. Popo, and Mr. Popo was shocked at the fact that he could barely recognize Gotenks and Piccolo in terms of power. Mr. Popo would then say, "I see, Gotenks, it looks like you're all grown up." Gotenks would then say, "Yeah, but that food in the time chamber wasn't really enough for me. Could you make me a dinner, Mr. Popo?" And Mr. Popo would then make a dinner for Gotenks. After Gotenks eats, Piccolo and Gotenks would then both decide that they're going to focus on different types of training, like meditating. Other than Piccolo and Gotenks training, everything happens as per normal. Goku and Vegeta would train with Whis, and eventually Sorbet would go to revive Frieza in a couple of months. When Sorbet goes to revive Frieza and summon Shenron, Gotenks would notice how the sky turned black, and he would assume that Shenron was summoned, but he would just ignore it. He would probably think it's one of the Z fighters or something. Frieza would be revived and still decides to train for the next 4 months. 4 months later, we get the Frieza Force arriving on Earth. Gotenks and Piccolo would be the first ones who sense the Frieza Force. Piccolo would remark that this ki he's sensing is familiar to Frieza's. Gotenks would ask who Frieza is, and Piccolo would say to sum it all up, he was a guy who Goku defeated long ago, but now he's back. Gotenks would say how he's probably looking for revenge, but that's not happening on his watch. He would speed after them with Piccolo following. Eventually, they would finally be face to face with the Frieza Force. Everyone in the original is here, by the way, with adult Gotenks included. Frieza would make his speech on how he wants his revenge on Son Goku, and Gotenks would quickly interrupt him, saying the only thing he's getting is another way back to hell, as he powers up in his base form to a less suppressed state and begins to charge at Frieza. Frieza thought this man-child was just a joke, but he would soon realize he is mistaken. Gotenks would send him flying out of his hover pod and into the Frieza Force's spaceship. Frieza is pissed off that this man-child interrupted him, and because of this, he transforms into his final form. After Frieza transforms, he would charge at Gotenks, with Gotenks also charging at him. While Gotenks and Final Form Frieza are duking it out, Piccolo is bodying Tagoma with low difficulty. He's stronger than him now due to his training with Gotenks, and Gohan is taking care of Shisami. The other Z fighters like Krillin, Roshi, Tien, and Jaco are handling Sorbet and the Frieza soldiers. We then cut to Frieza overpowering base Gotenks. Gotenks would get sent flying back, but he would catch himself. He realizes that his base form isn't gonna cut it, and so he begins to power up. He would tap into his Super Saiyan form, and shortly after this, we see Gotenks overpowering Frieza. Gotenks looks to be in favor of this fight, but before he really tries to finish off Frieza, he decides to get a little cocky and start having fun. He would start throwing out ghost kamikazes at him, along with saying stuff like, "The Grim Reaper of Justice is here to put you back in your place." Frieza sees Gotenks' arrogance, and he uses this to his advantage. He would then blast Gotenks as far away as possible, and then begin to power up. Piccolo and Gohan would scream at Gotenks that he needs to finish this fight now, and Gotenks would get a little bit annoyed at first, but he would then sense Frieza's power rapidly increasing. He would then notice that he needs to finish this off now. He's done playing games. He would go into his Super Saiyan 3 form and charge at Frieza with everything that he's got. It seems as if Gotenks was fast enough to stop Frieza from powering up, but he would soon look like a fool when Frieza appears in a golden state. Gotenks' fist is on Frieza's forehead, and Frieza's just laughing at him. "Did you really think you can stop the Emperor of the Universe? Silly monkey. Now, prepare to face against Golden Frieza." Frieza would then punch Gotenks in the stomach, reverting him into his base form. The Z Fighters want to help Gotenks, but they can't. No one's even on Gotenks' level at this point, let alone Frieza's. But Frieza continues to slowly beat Gotenks to death, and it would end up with him just choking Gotenks and throwing him into the water, with also sending a Ki Blast down with him. And it looks like Gotenks is actually going to die, but something actually saves Gotenks. It's Goku. Goku is able to use his instant transmission in time and save Gotenks from the Ki Blast, so Gotenks doesn't die. Goku would then tell Vegeta to hold Gotenks' body, and Vegeta happily does so because it is his son after all. Piccolo would shout at Vegeta to bring Gotenks to him because he has a couple of senzu beans. While this is happening, Goku would declare Frieza as his new opponent and powers up into his Super Saiyan Blue state right off the get-go. Piccolo would give Gotenks the senzu bean, and like an ROF, Goku and Frieza would fight. This fight would pretty much stay the same except for Sorbet blasting Goku. Because Sorbet has already been dealt with, this would mean that Frieza would just beat Goku into his base form. However, I believe this is where Vegeta would come in. Vegeta just saw his son nearly die right in front of him, and because of this, he's gonna show Frieza no mercy. He beats the ever-living shit out of Frieza. With this happening, Vegeta would then say this is for his son and would blast Frieza into ashes. Frieza has been killed. Now, normally this is where I would leave off. However, I decided I'm going to be a little bit nice here and go over the Universe 6 arc / the Champa arc. So, let's get right into it. So with Majin Buu dead and Gohan still going to his conference, I believe the only fighter we could choose now is Gotenks to replace Majin Buu, and because of this, our team is basically the same except for Majin Buu, it's going to be Gotenks. So the team would be Goku, Vegeta, Monaka, Piccolo, and Gotenks, and the Universe 6 team would stay the exact same. So the first round where Goku basically throws Botama out the ring, that would stay the same, along with Frost pretending to be a good guy and poisoning Goku and basically eliminating him. However, when the next match starts, things start to look a little bit different. So instead of Piccolo needing to charge up the special beam cannon to beat Frost, I believe in this timeline, with the additional training that he got, remember, he got 7 years of straight training with Gotenks, who is now one of the strongest fighters on Earth, I believe Piccolo would be enough to beat Frost. So I think what happens is Piccolo would basically overpower Frost and knock him out of the ring, legitly. This basically sets off Frost, and Frost tries to go for a sneak attack, basically cheating. And Piccolo, he is so much faster and so much stronger than Frost that he would basically dodge his sneak attack and kick him in the face, sending him flying. Jaco would see something come up as he's sent flying, and he would expose Frost. Even though Piccolo already won his match, I believe Jaco would still expose Frost, since it is in his character. So due to Frost poisoning Goku, and that's the only reason Goku really lost, Goku would be brought back in the tournament, and we would continue on with the tournament. Magetta would step up against Piccolo, and we would have Piccolo versus Magetta. Magetta tries to hit Piccolo, but Piccolo is realizing that he is much faster. He attempts to throw Magetta out the ring, but he's going to need a lot more than that. Piccolo would decide now to use his special beam cannon to try and push Magetta back, however he's going to need to charge it. With Piccolo doing this, Magetta would now try to take the opportunity to attack him. Piccolo would then say, "Get off me, you metal moron." As he says this, Magetta gets really sad and balls up like a child. Piccolo would then fire his special beam cannon, eliminating Magetta. This fight took a lot out of Piccolo, and with Cabba stepping up, Piccolo would forfeit due to him being very tired. And with this, Gotenks would step up to face against Cabba. Now when this fight goes down, I believe it would be very interesting. Instead of Cabba going through Vegeta's harsh training like in the original, he would go through less harsh training with more encouragement from Gotenks. This would lead to Cabba going Super Saiyan and doing well against Super Saiyan Gotenks. However, Gotenks would finish this match off in his Super Saiyan 2 state, saying that this is the next level of Super Saiyan and eliminating Cabba. We would then get Gotenks versus Hit, which isn't really fair. Gotenks would just try his best to throw off a Galactic Donut and a Super Ghost Kamikaze attack at him, even his Dai Missile Barrage, but it wouldn't even phase Hit. Gotenks would lose to Hit, and then we would get Vegeta versus Hit. And Vegeta would fare better against Hit than his normal counterpart, but ultimately he would lose. However, he did give Hit a good fight. Goku would step up now, and like in the original, would go Kaioken and ultimately lose. However, Monaka's flaming power would be enough to knock out Hit. With this happening, Beerus would wish back Universe 6's Earth, and that's where we're going to be leaving things off for right now. So, what did you guys think of this What If? Did you guys enjoy it? Did you guys like it? Let me know down in the comment section below. Remember, if you guys do want to see debates go down, or if you even want to suggest What Ifs or catch me, you guys can join the Discord. And if you want to basically hit me up on Twitter, I just made an account, or I'm just starting to use this account, so please go follow me. Go follow me on Twitter. This is not a joke. You guys need to stop what you're doing and follow me on Twitter. Also, if you're new, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Also, hit that notification bell because YouTube tends to fuck up sometimes. And if you guys do want part 3, leave that in the comment section below. With that out of the way, I'm going to get up out of here. Peace out, guys.